Hello friends, welcome to the third lecture of the video lecture series on pointers in C and C++. If you have not watched previous lectures, you can find the link to whole playlist in the description section. In this lecture, we are going to learn about arrays and pointers in C and C++, how they are related and what is the difference between them. So let's start. Okay. Arrays and pointers in C++ and C. Arrays and pointers are very strongly related, meaning that whatever you can do with arrays, you can do the same thing using pointers. This means that you can use the arrays and pointers interchangeably. Okay. Uh, while doing this lecture, we will have some examples, and for these examples, we have some assumptions. I am stating the assumptions here. Okay. We are assuming that our system is byte addressable. That means each byte in the memory has its own unique address. Okay. What it means is that our system memory is divided into bytes, and each byte has its own address. Byte number 0 has address 0, byte number 1 has address 1, byte number 2 has address 2, like that. Okay. Now let's consider an example to understand the things. We will consider an array of type double having 4 elements. Okay, double array 4. Okay, so the size of our array is 4 into 4 is equal to 16 bytes, because we are assuming that size of a double variable in our system is 4 bytes, and also the size of a pointer is 4 bytes. Okay, so now assume that we are also assuming that the memory location where this array is located has a starting address of 10. That is, the starting address of the memory location where this array is located is 10. Okay, so what does the array location looks like is that we have 16 bytes allocated, because the size of the array is 16 bytes. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. Okay, and we are assuming that the address of the first byte is 10. Okay, so this represents the starting address of the array. Okay, and each array element is taking 4 bytes, because each array element is of type double, and we have already assumed that double in our system takes 4 bytes. So this is the block taken by the element at index 0, this is the block taken by the element at index 1, this is the block taken by the element at index 2, this is the block taken by element at index 3. Okay, and every array elements has its own address. The address of the element at index 0 is 10, the address of the element at index 1 is 14, because for any array element its address is the starting address of its block. Okay, similarly for this 18, similarly for this is 22. Okay, and one thing you should know is that whenever you write any variable, when the declaration, let's say int a, then the name of the variable is assigned a memory location. Okay, and in that memory location you can store some values. Okay, but for array it's not the case. Array name itself is not a variable, it's just a mnemonic for the address of the array. That is, array name just represents the starting address of the array. No memory is allocated for array name. Instead, memory is allocated for each of its elements. Let's see what it means. Okay, here you can see array r. No memory is located for the name of the array. Memory is located for the array as a whole, and for each elements there is 4 bytes allocated individually. 4 bytes for element at index 0, 4 bytes for element at index 4, 4 bytes for element at index 2, and others, and they are allocated contiguously. Okay, so array name just represents the starting address of this array. Okay, array name, if you write array if you write r, okay, if you write r, it is as good as standing outside this box. Okay, you are standing outside this box, the first block of the array. Okay, now we will look at how we can do address arithmetic. Whenever you add an integer to an array or a pointer, the additions will be scaled addition. Let's look what it means. In this example, you can see if I've already told you, if you write array, it is as good as writing the address 10. Okay, the name of the array. Okay, and we also know that 10 is the address of the first element of the array. That is, 10 is also the address of ARR 0. That is, ARR represents the address of ARR is writing ARR is equal to address of ARR 0. Okay, so if you write ARR, you are outside of this box. So you must be thinking, if I add 4, because 10 plus 4 is 14, if I add 4 to this, I can reach here and I can have the address of the element and index 1, that is array plus 4 is equal to address of array 1 is equal to 14. But it's not the case. Why? Because all the additions to the array of integers are scaled addition. We already know that this is an array of type double, and we have already assumed that a double in memory takes a size of 4 bytes. So if you want to reach at this point, that is outside of this box, that you want to find the address of the first element of the array, the element at index 1. So what you have to do, you just have to do ARR plus 1. ARR plus 1 is equal to address of is equal to 14, because when you do ARR plus 1, system knows that this is an array of type double, and double has size 4, so it becomes ARR 10 plus 14, 4 is equal to 14. Okay, so in general, if you write if there is an array ARR array, and if you write array plus I, where I is an integer, it simply means that it starting address of array plus I into size of each element of array. For this example, our formula can be array plus ARR plus I is equal to 10. That is the starting address of ARR, plus I into size of each element of array is 4. So 10 plus 4i. Okay, you got it. So you saw how you can do address arithmetic. Now you know ARR, when you write ARR, you are standing outside this box, and if you do star ARR, you come inside this box. So you can see that array are also acting as like pointers. We have already seen how you can put a star in front of pointers and get inside the box. So you can see here, you can go inside the box by writing star in front of array name. So star ARR is equal to A of 0. In the same way, if you write ARR plus 1 and put star, it means ARR 1. This is user friendly, this is machine friendly. Okay, so in the same way, if you want to reach, let's say if you want to reach here inside this box, first what you have to do is, you have to first reach outside of this box. That is, you have to do ARR plus, what is the index? 3, and then you have to take star in order to reach out inside this box. That is equal to ARR 3. Okay, you got it. Now we will learn how we can access an array using a pointer. Now we declare a pointer variable ptr which can point to a double variable, that is double star ptr. Ptr is a pointer which can point to a double variable. Okay, let's assign the address of the first element of our array arr to this pointer. That is, we do ptr is equal to address of arr0. That is, ptr is now pointing to the first element of this array, that is ptr is storing the address 10. Okay, so our pointer ptr is storing, so writing ptr is as good as standing on, outside of this box. And when you do star ptr, that is star ptr, it means that you are inside this box. Okay, so you can see ptr and arr are representing the same thing, that is the starting address of the this array, that is 10. Okay, and there are many things you can do, like you can also if you want to reach, let's say right now your ptr is pointing here. Okay, if you want to reach here outside of this box, that is outside the block of the element at certain index, so what you have to do is ptr plus 2. Ptr is equal to ptr plus 2. Ptr, now our ptr will point here, and if you put star in front of ptr, now you will be inside this box. So you are just seeing that our pointer and array are representing the same way, like they can act the same way. So one thing you have to note here is that if you write arr plus 2, okay, arr plus 2, you are outside of this box. And if you write ptr plus 2, you are also outside of this box. Okay, and if you put a star in front of it, and if you put in star in front of it, you are inside this box. That is, this equal to arr of 2. Okay, and also remember, you can also write it, you can also use the pointer name in the same way you use the array name. That is, you can also write arr2 as ptr2. So you just saw there is not much difference between array and pointer variable. You can use the pointer variable in the same way you are using the array name, but there is only one difference between array and pointer, array name and pointer variable. What is that difference? We will say difference between a pointer and an array name. We looked at how we can use array name and pointer variable interchangeably if the pointer variable points to this array. So what it means is that if we have an array and pointer variable is pointing to this array, then we can use the array name and pointer variable interchangeably, like ptr of I is equal to arr of I. But there is a basic difference between pointer and an array name. Pointer is a variable. Note, pointer is a variable and array name is just a mnemonic to the address of array. Okay, so with the array name you can't do this operation. You can't do array plus plus. That is, you can't do arr is equal to arr plus 1. That is, you can't make arr, arr points to this address. You can't make arr to point to this address. It will always point to this address only. That is the starting address of the array. Arr will always represent the starting address of the array. It can't be changed. Okay, you can't do arr is equal to arr plus 2, and you can't assign arr is to any pointer as well. You must remember that arr will only represent the starting address of the array and nothing else. But with pointer you can do many things. You can assign it to some other pointer as well. You can increment it. You can point it to some other location. What it means is that you can make the pointer point here or here or here or to any other array or any other. So pointers are a kind of variable, but array name is just a mnemonic. So friends, we just learned how about an array and pointers in C and C++. If you want to download these notes in PDF format, the notes I have just used in PDF format, you can go to the link given in the description section and download from there. Also, please don't forget to leave your feedbacks in comment section. Please like and share this video with your friends, and also please subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch more of such videos which I will be uploading daily. And also please feel free to ask anything in the comment section. I would love to answer them. Thank you.